Julie's reminded me of a kind of air stewardess who has to kind of stand up and make motions to explain where the exits. Where are the exits, by the way?
To the right.
To the right.
To the left.
Okay.
To the front. And to the back.
Okay. So, and my life jacket, is that somewhere nearby?
Under the seat.
Oh, under the seat. Okay. Oh, look, now she's going to do a handstand. There we go. Air stewardesses don't usually do that mid-flight. I'd be impressed if they did.
Oh dear.
When somebody else is talking about something and they're suddenly the centre of attention, Julie feels this need to do a handstand. No, I get it. If I could do one, I would too. Is a 40-acre.
I'm galloping.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Well, let's move this way. This is an early crop of spring barley, and I think this is going to be the last arable crop that we have in this field.
Okay.
Oh, she's up again. Oh,
No,
she's down.
I mean, I'm up. Let me just try one more, everybody.
It is a little distracting when I'm trying to talk about something, but I tell you what, you go for it. I won't talk, but this is your one shot, okay?
Oh gosh.
Are you going to get it or not?
Luke is behind the camera today and not saying too much. I
am here.
He is there, but he's a little bit weak. He has recovered from COVID, but we all know how COVID works, and it can kind of
Do you know what?
linger.
I thought I was fine.
I know.
First 5 days, I felt okay. I thought, I'm Superman. You know, this COVID thing isn't going to get me.
He did think that. I thought he was going to have man flu, and none of that happened. I was surprised. I was like, oh great, he's got COVID, it equals man flu. And he was like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And actually, to be fair, he has been actually fine in meetings through Zoom and all of that. And then
Yeah,
today,
it was actually yesterday and the beginning of the day before, I suddenly started feeling really weird.
Tired.
And weak. And,
Yeah.
and today it's continued.
Yeah.
And I'm on my, what am I, like my
10th
10th day?
Yeah, and negative.
Anyway.
Now he's testing negative, but you know, it's
I gotta go take some rest, haven't I?
Yeah,
So
I
think
keep saying to him, you don't have to do this.
I
Just
gotta
go,
film you.
Just
need
go
filming.
back up. Just go take
Our
a nap.
channels
Go
need
take
filming.
a nap. I know, and he's
We've
like,
got-
no, I'm filming you.
We've got viewers and subscribers and patrons.
So
who
please do
need
comment
content.
down below and give Luke some love, because he literally hasn't stopped. He's worked through COVID, obviously through the screens, but now he's behind the screen here. So
Yeah. Well, of course, it's better if I'm doing this, I think, today, because it's just you and me.
Yeah,
and it means we don't have to expose anybody else. To my
well, you are
miserable-
negative, but still, and I've had Omicron,
Still.
so I feel
You feel pretty
super immune.
Anyway,
right,
we're here on
we
the
wanted.
edge. Well, you
Oh,
go.
he's coming.
Do you want me to go, or are you going to
No,
go?
you go.
Okay.
You go. I'll point.
Because sometimes we talk over each other. We don't mean to, but it does happen.
Yeah, but have you noticed now that he's not so well, and I'm being quite soft, that we're not talking over each other.
I like that. Yeah, just carry on being soft. So we are at the edge of the largest field at Mapperton. It's called the Gallops, and the Gallops is a 40-acre.
I'm galloping.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Well, let's move this way. Is a 40-acre arable field, and it's on the edge of the estate on the western side, well, northwest side. There's a hedge line you can see that runs along on the left here, and that's the northern boundary of the estate. There's a road. Julie's reminded me of a kind of air stewardess who has to kind of stand up and make motions to explain where the exits. Where are the exits, by the way?
To the right.
To the right.
To the left. To the front. And to the back.
Okay. So, and my life jacket, is that somewhere nearby?
Under the seat.
Oh, under the seat. Okay. So anyway, the reason that we've stopped here is simply to kind of help everybody orientate themselves, because this field is going to be part of the rewilding project. Mapperton Wildlands, for those of you who haven't picked that up already, mappertonwildlands.com if you want to visit the website. And it's an example of a field that is going to go through what's called arable reversion, which means that what used to be an arable field is going to turn into what we call wood pasture. And what that means is it's going to be grass,
Yep.
or grasses, scrub, and sporadic trees, oaks, probably plant some hawthorn, perhaps some limes. And right in the middle of this field, we're also hoping to put in a pond to create a small wetland.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that, did you?
No.
Part of the reason for that is that
Yeah.
when we have a lot of rain here, you can see that the field slopes down that way.
Yeah.
And what happens is that all of the water ends up going down, and these houses on the other side of the hedge often find themselves inundated with runoff. Oh look, now she's going to do a handstand. There we go. Air stewardesses don't usually do that mid-flight. I'd be impressed if they did.
Oh dear, it's hard to do it.
You've noticed
on the soil.
When somebody else is talking about something and they're suddenly the centre of attention, Julie feels this need to do a handstand. No, I get it. If I could do one, I would too.
I gotta hold one. The reason I fell over is because it really started to hurt my hand.
Well, I bet it did,
So I
because there's lots
flipped
of
over.
rocks. You probably had your hand on a rock.
Yeah, I'm trying to find, but anyway, carry on. I'll just do some yoga.
So this field will join the project next year. It's not this year. This year it's actually got a crop in it, and if we look down closely, for those of you who are
This is what I'm handstanding on.
Agriculturally inclined, this is an early crop of spring barley, and I think this is going to be the last arable crop that we have in this field.
Okay.
Oh, she's up again. Oh,
No,
she's down.
I mean, I'm up, but then my hand gets sort of stuck.
Okay. Okay. As I was saying, so the crop will be harvested, and then next year we are going to put a wildflower mix into the field, which will mean that it suddenly takes a different course. And the hope is that over time we have a lot of scrub coming through, that we may even have trees.
Oh no, that was bad. Oh gosh.
There we go. It's almost impossible. So, so I think at this point we shall draw things to a close.
Well, I gotta hold one handstand.
Julie hasn't managed to do that at all.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Okay, you try doing it on rocks.
Okay.
Okay, let me just try one more, everybody.
It is a little distracting when I'm trying to talk about something, but I tell you what, you go for it. I won't talk, but this is your one shot. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Are you going to get it or not?
Well, I'm trying to find a better spot.
Well, okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And she is
almost
doing a handstand in wellies. That must be a first. I think Le Chameau,
There we go. There we go.
one of our sponsors,
There we go. I got it. I got it. I got it.
would be really pleased to see their wellies in a handstand in the middle of a field. Yeah. There we go. Congratulations.
I only
to
came
you.
down because it's kind of slicing my hands. So it was really uncomfortable.
Okay.
I might have to go to a first aid kit now.
Please help support this important part of England's heritage by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Live.
I'm here back in Holeacre Wood with Ben. And Ben, since the last time that I came here, this place has changed enormously. I mean, there's an absolute blanket of bluebells.
Blanket of bluebells, the white flowers coming through as all the wild garlic as well. So,
The smell of the wild garlic. I got to
yes.
get Julie out to kind of make some wild garlic soup. She's going to be so excited.
So yeah, no, it's been a whole acre now. It's been sort of a very high of activity really. Been very busy in the last couple of weeks.
So the key reason that we're here today is beavers. We're back looking at the future territory of the beavers at Mapperton. And the plan, as people may know, is to bring 2 beavers back into this wonderful ancient woodland. And Ben is here doing the planning for that. And Ben, what are the things that we're trying to do for the beavers? Because we need to make their lives relatively comfortable.
Yeah, so we need to make sure that they have everything that they need. I've never seen a beaver, so I don't really know exactly what they need, but they've got sort of running water here, they've got the stream, they've got sort of fresh vegetation, plenty of wood to sort of have a go at as well, and hopefully build quite a lot of dams. And that's what I have been doing the last couple of weeks. I have been building about 6 dams we've built now.
You've been building dams?
I have been building dams. And
actually I can see behind us that we've got one of the dams that you've been creating. Ben, talk us through what it is you actually, how have you made that and what's gone into it?
Yeah, so there was just some hazel that I found the other day. So we just cut that into lengths, sort of wedged it in between. I think I've gone about two logs high, and then put a couple of other bits going across as well, then sort of backfilled it with some soil. And you can already see now that it's already starting to dam up and sort of hold water.
Now beavers are supposed to make their own dams, so why on earth are we making the dams for them?
So this is just to help encourage them, just to get them when they arrive, just so that there's something actually going on for them now, so they can just so obviously concentrate on actually settling in, because settling in for them is going to be a big stage coming from. They're coming from Scotland, aren't they? So
They're Scottish beavers,
Scottish beavers
with a Scottish accent. They're going to need to pick up a Dorset accent pretty quickly.
They will, yeah. So so obviously settling is going to take a while, and also they're just getting comfortable with their surroundings. And then if they've got dams here as well, then it just sort of makes the process a little bit quicker as well. So we might be able to see this hopefully in the next year. Maybe it might come up a bit higher up, sort of up to my knees here.
Well, yeah, but Ben, our hope really is that where we're standing now, if we look back up the valley, the beavers will have built on this dam. They'll have raised it by, I don't know, another 2 or 3 or 4 feet, and the area that we're looking in front of us would all be underwater.
Hopefully,
this will become a completely thriving wetland.
Yes,
with all of the wonderful plant and animal life that would bring. And of course the trees that we have around the edges are likely to be felled, so not all of these trees are going to, in all likelihood, still be standing.
No, and that'll let in a lot of light into the wood as well, so that's sort of going to help with the vegetation of the wood, and sort of overall help with the round biodiversity of the sort of enclosure as well. So
that is the big plan. Ben, I've spotted a little hole here. Just where you were digging, and it's a perfectly round hole.
It is.
What are we hoping that might be?
Hopefully, well, it depends what we find on Nesta's camera, but it could be a water vole. Just having a look.
Could be a water vole.
Yeah, it could be a water vole. It could be sort of a lizard or
a
reptile.
Well, it could be a snake.
Could be a snake.
Could be a snake. Yeah. Where is Nesta's camera? Has he put
so his camera is just on the corner here.
So that would have picked things up. Last time we picked up a mink coming up the stream, and alas, the mink are the enemy of the water vole. In fact, they're responsible for a lot of water vole destruction.
Yes,
so,
they are.
So
very
ideally we want to trap and get rid of the mink, who are an invasive species.
Yeah.
And then, Ben, looking to the left here, we've got this large pond area. Well, it used to be a pond. It was built by my parents as a pond, and it's now sort of silted up. But again, this is something that we hope the beavers will bring back to life.
Yes, yeah. So they'll hopefully get in there, clean up all the water, and then hopefully, well, depending on where they're putting their dams, this all could be underwater. We don't know.
We don't know.
But that's the nice thing about it. It's all exciting.
It's all exciting, and we don't have any objectives. So kind of whatever happens,
we're just going to let nature take its course and get the beavers doing what they want to do.
The beavers doing what they want to do. Now, I have spotted something over there though, which is not quite nature taking its course. It's you giving a bit of a helping hand.
Yes. Yeah. So
tell me what's happening.
So just in the middle of building their Beaver Lodge, so it's just an artificial sort of lodge, just so that when they first come there, they've got somewhere dry and warm until they sort of decide I think they'll probably build upstream, might be a bit quieter, and they might have a lodge up there. So hopefully.
So having been to the Knepp estate, which had beavers, unfortunately they escaped from there for various reasons. But I know that they built a lodge, and I have a feeling that the beavers didn't spend a single night in it. I think the lodges are part of what makes the project fun, because if I can see what Ben's building over there, it looks a little bit like a log cabin.
It looks like a log cabin. That's what I was going for. Sort of that sort of American Canadian sort of log cabin in the woods. But I mean, I would give it 5 stars. But I mean, I'm not providing fresh linen or towels. So.
Oh no, Ben! Maybe the beavers would like some fresh linen and towels. I don't know. Anyway, well, listen. Let's go over and let's finish off the construction and see where we get to.
Yeah.
We are now standing by the half-constructed Beaver Lodge.
Yeah, the 5-star.
5-star. Okay, yeah. You know what? It is 5-star. I mean, where have you learned how to create joints like that in the logs? You've been watching YouTube, haven't you?
I have been sort of last night was a big sort of construction meeting with myself, and just having a look. I did do woodwork at school, but yeah, it was
On this scale?
not on this scale, not for
Okay.
beavers.
But you know what, Ben? It does make me think that, you know, I've got this plan to put wood cabins in the woods.
Yes.
It does make me think that you may have some relevant skills for that.
Maybe I've done too much here, haven't
Maybe you might have done too much. I think these are going to be incredibly lucky beavers. Now, where's the door in this cabin?
I? The door's going to come last.
Oh.
So I'm going to make everything and then cut the door. That'll be the last thing.
Right. And so the hope is that the beavers discover this palatial 5-star cabin, and they come and happily frolic together, make friends,
Exactly.
have beaver babies.
Yeah.
And, you know, life goes on happily ever after.
Yeah.
That's the idea?
That's the idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay. What could go wrong?
what could go wrong? I mean, they could take one look of it and just go straight up the other side of the stream. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder if they like building their own house, and they might
I think they probably
you know,
do.
Yeah. Anyway, don't let me get in the way. So you got to cut some more timber and
Got to
put
do a little
some more
bit more
pieces on.
Yeah, I'm just going to put a bit across the middle, just to make it supportive, and then hopefully it shouldn't blow over in the wind or shouldn't collapse.
I think it's looking pretty sturdy to me, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Perfect. Might just need to take a little bit more off
Little bit more off at one
either
end.
side.
Now, I mean, far from it for me to kind of comment on your mastery of building construction,
Yes.
but I think beavers are bigger than that. I think they need another story.
Well, wow. When I measured it yesterday, I had Tika in here with me, my dog, and
Yeah.
she was sat on one side,
Yeah.
and there was just enough space. I mean, if you can fit 2 Labradors in.
Yeah, but what if you're a beaver that wants to be a meerkat, you know, where it sort of stands up on its legs and wants to kind of, you know, walk around its living room?
I mean, I'd have to do another. I need to do 2 stories, won't I? I'll be doing stairs next.
Yeah, exactly. Upstairs bedroom.
Upstairs, downstairs, beavers.
Or we could dig down, couldn't we?
We could dig down.
Create a kind of
But how do you know
a
they're
cellar.
not going to dig down?
Well, exactly.
Exactly,
Maybe you
so-
should leave them with something to do.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm going to shut up because I don't think I'm helping at all. But that looks magnificent. But yes, you're going to need to shorten that bit a little.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. Look at that.
Yeah. Really nice. So is the idea that they hop over the top, or you do another one of those?
Well, no, that's just for the tin, just a bit of structure on the tin.
Oh, that's. I see.
And then what I'm going to do next is I'm then just going to, I could probably do that now actually, is just going to cut these 2 here,
Yeah.
then sort of make a gap opening for them.
Excellent. So so they're actually getting a tin roof.
They're getting a tin roof,
They're
yeah.
getting a tin
It's
roof.
not natural, I know, but
Well,
as this is just an artificial one, so we just got to
Yeah.
make sure they've got everything.
I mean, it's not like you're giving them slate or stone or
No.
or something, but you know. All right, I'll let you get on and do that. Very nice. Look at this.
Look at that, there we go.
A grand entrance. I mean, you know, I can just see the beaver kind of coming up the bank here,
Yeah.
you know,
Just
walking
it's
along.
Just had its bath for the day.
Just had its bath.
Yeah, something to eat.
Coming back home, finding the kind of door, seeing Mrs. Beaver inside, and kind of heading round for a nice cup of tea. What do you think, Ben?
Does this mean I have to plumb the water in now, does it?
It will never end. So Ben, we've done the grand entrance and entrance hall,
Yes,
and now he needs a roof.
he needs a roof.
So what are you going to do?
So now I'm just going to drill into each corner. I'm just going to put a pin in, just hopefully so it's a bit more structurally sound for them. And then we've got some tin here that I cut up yesterday, and then we'll just put the tin on top, and we'll just drill down, and yeah, hopefully shouldn't go anywhere. And then I'll go around the edges with the spade and just dig in a bit of soil onto the back end of it, and then fill in all the gaps.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's coming together.
And if the beavers decide they don't want to go here, I suppose we've created a lovely refuge for snakes, water voles, rabbits,
Yes.
badger, fox.
Yeah.
All kinds of Mapperton creatures might decide
Yeah.
to have a little holiday.
Depending on what's in the enclosure, I suppose, isn't it?
That is true,
That is
yes,
true.
because they will be stuck in here. And also perhaps depending what food you lay out for them to
Yes.
entice them.
Entice them. So.
Right, I'll let you get on. Ben, that lodge is looking incredibly smart now.
Yeah.
I made a minor contribution to the roof.
Well, if the roof blows off, I know who to go to.
You do, you do. I mean, it's a bit wonky at the back,
Yeah. I mean,
isn't it?
It can't be perfect.
Do you think I should have done a slightly better job at the back there? But
Well, we can always bend that tin
you can
down,
always
can't
bend
we?
that. I have a feeling that Ben is going to undo
I think
what I've done
I think you've
and make
made
it
me
much
lose,
nicer.
I think you made me lose half a star there, Luke. I think it's 4.5.
No, we come down to 4.5.
4.5.
Anyway, job done.
Job done.
Congratulations, it looks fantastic, and I think the beavers are going to absolutely love their new lives here.
You've got straw in your hair, Andrew, you know.
I do, always do.
The thing about this mulberry tree is, of course we don't want to cut it. I mean, we really, really don't. But I asked Terry Coombs to come in the other day, who's a very fine tree surgeon, and he suggested that what we should do is take off some of the weight on two of the upper branches. So in the summer, if it's got leaf and we have a storm, it's got much less weight at the top.
Yep.
So we don't do anything about any of this stuff.
No, okay.
We cut off. Do you see that big branch coming out? Here.
Yep,
The
one.
the big one there.
Yep.
Cut that off at that V. Big V there.
Both sides,
What?
the whole thing, back to there.
Back to there,
Back to that
afraid.
V. Yep.
Trying to keep any little branches that are just by the V. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the same goes for the other branch up there, which has got a similar V.
Yep.
Yeah, and then a branch coming out from it. So if you can possibly get the V's without the smaller branches, it would be great.
Okay.
I mean, this is a really old mulberry tree. There is this sort of old wives' tale. Oh God, I can't talk about old wives anymore because I'm an old wife. There is this sort of folk tale that you have a mulberry and a medlar and I think a hawthorn, and they're sort of part of what you used to have in a garden. I mean, I've been told it, I don't believe a word of it, but I've been told it. But it is true that we do have a medlar and we do have a mulberry, and we don't have a hawthorn. But
Okay.
I don't know when this was planted, and I don't know how old it is. Have you any idea about the age of mulberries?
I
None at all.
wouldn't like to guess, but would it be original with the layout of the garden?
Which layout of the garden?
There you go. Yeah.
The Compton layout in the 19th century, it could be. They laid it out in a rather formal Edwardian way, and then Mrs. Labouchere redid it in the 1920s. No idea. No idea.
Lander, how are you going to go about taking those limbs down? Is it a complicated job?
Small pieces, and it's all ladder work, so it's it's pretty straightforward, really.
Is it?
Yeah.
And do we think mulberry makes for good bonfires? Nice smelling
Mulberry
wood.
wood is used for something, isn't it?
Marquetry?
Yeah, I think it is.
I've never. Have you seen it in marquetry?
I don't know.
Might be quite valuable.
Shall I look it up?
These boughs.
The trouble is that if you take them in small chunks, we lose any value they might have.
But don't make the job more difficult.
No,
Oh, yes,
no,
oh, no, 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 no.
if I take the small stuff off,
Yes, and then we
and
try
then
and...
they can probably lower
Yeah.
a sizable chunk
Yeah.
if it's of any
Oh, I
value.
like making jobs more difficult for Lander. It's much more fun.
Not when he's up a ladder with a
Oh, yes,
chainsaw.
definitely. When he's up a ladder with a chainsaw too. Makes it much more interesting.
Sorry, Lander. I shouldn't have said that.
Right, I'm just going to look up. Is mulberry wood any good for anything? Just chainsaws. It's a very unique type of wood that is great for heavy-duty project, but it's not. It's
So-
not good for anything else much.
Sounds like it'll end up in the log pile.
Firewood types.
Firewood.
Firewood, there we go.
Right, jolly good.
Right. Probably got a nice smell to it.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Is it going to mean fewer mulberries?
Yes, of course it is.
But we never could reach the ones up there anyway.
No.
No, we use, I mean, the way you anyway prune a mulberry. I mean, harvest a mulberry trees. You put sheets at the bottom and shake the tree.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, you can't.
Don't want to shake that.
I don't see why not.
I've given it a good shake in the past.
Yes, fine.
Right. On we go.
Right.
Thanks, Mum.
Okay.
Oh, you mean I don't have to do any more? I can go?
Unless you want to go up the ladder.
No way. Good luck.